Without solicitation on my part, I have been chosen by the free and voluntary suffrages of my countrymen to the most honorable and most responsible office on earth. The moment the terms of annexation offered by the United States were accepted by Texas, the latter became so far a part of our own country as to make it our duty to afford such protection and defense. But though our Army and Navy were placed in a position to defend our own and the right of Texas, they are ordered to commit no act of hostility against Mexico unless she declared war or was herself the aggressor by striking the first blow. My attention was early directed to the negotiation on which the 4th of March last I found pending at Washington between the United States and Great Britain on the subject of the Oregon Territory. In these attempts to adjust the controversy of the parallel of the 49th degree of north latitude have been offered by the United States to Great Britain, and those in 1818 and 1826 with further concession of the free navigation of the Columbia River south of that latitude. It may not be deemed inappropriate to the occasion for me to dwell for a moment on the memory of the most eminent citizen of our country who during the summer that has gone by has descended to the tomb. The enjoyment contemplating at the advanced age of near 80 years the happy condition of his country cheered the last hours of Andrew Jackson, who departed this life in the tranquil hope of a blessed immortality. The existing war of Mexico is neither desired nor provoked by the United States. On the contrary, all honorable means were resorted to avert it. After years of endurance of aggravated and unredressed wrongs on our part, Mexico, in violation of the solemn treaty stipulations and of every principle of justice recognized by civilized nations, commenced hostilities, and thus by our own act forced the war upon us. Our farmers are more deeply interested in maintaining the just and liberal policy of the existing law than any other class of our citizens. They constitute a large majority of our population, and it is well known that when they prosper, all other pursuits prosper also. They have heretofore not only received none of these bounties or favors of the government, but the unequal operations of the protective policy have been made the burdens of taxation which it imposed to contribute to the bounties which have enriched others. Our Minister of Peace sent to Mexico was insultingly rejected. The Mexican government refused even to hear the terms of adjustment which he was authorized to propose, and finally, under a wholly unjustifiable pretext, involved the two countries in war by invading the territory of the state of Texas, striking the first blow and shedding the blood of our citizens on our own soil. Though the United States were the aggrieved nation, Mexico commenced the war, and we were compelled in self-defense to repel the invader to vindicate the national honor and interest by prosecuting it with vigor until we could attain a just and honorable peace. The provinces of New Mexico and the Californias are contiguous to the territories of the United States, and if brought under the government of our laws, their resources, mineral, agricultural, manufacturing, and commercial, would soon be developed. They should have the right of suffrage, be represented in a territorial legislature and by a delegate in Congress, and possess all the rights and privileges which citizens of other portions of the territory of the United States have enjoyed heretofore, enjoyed, or may now enjoy. In view of the existing state of our country, I trust it may not be inappropriate in closing this communication to call to mind the words of wisdom and admonition of the first and most illustrious of our predecessors in his farewell address to his countrymen. The danger of our union of characterizing parties by geographical discriminations. Northern and Southern, Atlantic and Western, whence designing men may endeavor to excite a belief that there is a real difference of local interest and views, and warned his countrymen against it, watching for its preservation with jealous anxiety, discountenancing whatever may suggest even a suspicion that it can at any event be abandoned, and indignantly frowning upon the first dawning of every attempt to alienate any portion of our country from the rest, or to enfeeble the sacred ties which now find together the various parts. With the opening prospects of increased prosperity and national greatness which the acquisition of these rich and extensive territorial possessions affords, how irrational it would be to forego or to reject these advantages by the agitation of a domestic question which is coeval with the existence of our government itself, and to endanger by internal strifes, geographical divisions, and heated contests for political power, or for other cause, the harmony of glorious union, our confederated states, that union which binds us together as one people, and which for 60 years has been our shield and protection against every danger. How solemn, therefore, is the duty, how impressive the call upon us and upon all parts of our country to cultivate a patriotic spirit of harmony, of good fellowship, of compromise and mutual concession in the administration of the incomparable system of government formed by our fathers in the midst of almost insuperable difficulties, and transmitted to us with the injunction that we should enjoy its blessings and hand it down unimpaired to those who may come after us.